Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I am glad you're here. I want to do a quick shout out and thank all the channel members. Thank all you guys so much. And I want to invite any of you guys that come by and check out the content and haven't yet subscribed. If you've got a chance and you're so inclined, please hit that subscribe button down below and the bell notification icon next to it. Lets YouTube know you're not a bot and you're interested in EDC content, and it really helps me out and helps the channel. So guys, today I wanted to talk about a really cool slip joint that I had been eyeing for quite a while and never pulled the trigger on because it was a little bit price prohibitive from what I was looking at. Then came along me browsing NAF which I do too much, and I came across this specimen and a really nice guy who was selling it. Did not have any use put on it, had the original edge, all the original paperwork. And this is the LionSteel BestMan. And I think this is the Spear Point edition. The only thing it says on it is LionSteel Italy M390, but it is the BestMan. They do have this in more of a clip point, but you've got on this particular knife, you've got this really nice swedge that comes down to this real acute spear point. Got a little bit of belly here. You've got a nice little sharpening choil here, not a lot. You can see the ricotta or the plunge, whatever you want to call it there. The blade protrudes past spot a little bit, but it's already starting to get a little bit of a smile. Not sure that that's any kind of issue, but it's definitely not done as well as others I've seen. It is a modern slip joint, which means that it utilizes modern materials. The inset liners here are, or the inset scale material is carbon fiber. You've got carbon fiber insets on both sides. You've got titanium bolsters. You've got steel liners, titanium or steel spring, and then an M390 blade. So it is a very ample knife. I've got some wood here we can chew. I don't know how it's going to chew through this paper. Oh, just fine. Because I'm not a good cutter on camera, guys. But this little guy is plenty sharp. And it's been a great size for me. When I saw it, I thought it was going to be, or worried, I guess I should say, that it was going to be a little bit bigger than it is. It turned out that wasn't the case at all. It's great for carving. It's great for cutting wood, cutting paper, you name it. Whatever slip joints are good for, this guy does a great job. Do not know what the heat treat is, but it's a slip joint, and I think it'll be fine. I sharpen all my slip joints by hand. I don't use my guided systems. It's just kind of something I've been doing lately. And again, I've not put this on a stone. Don't plan on it because it's right now pretty much razor sharp. So again, this knife, I would give it on a build quality about an 8-9. I mean, I think they've done a fantastic job with this knife. The pull is probably a 6. Pull to open's probably a 6. Close to half stop, it's probably a 6-7. And half stop to close, probably a 6-7. So it is definitely what I would consider a little bit more on the stiffer spring side, which is good because you don't have that extra ricotta there to kind of protect your finger from that blade. So if this knife were to close on you, if you weren't paying attention, it would get you. Um, it would get you pretty good right there. But that's not something that I look at when well, that's something I look at, but it's not something that I let deter me when I'm looking at a slip joint to see if it's one that I want to bring into my collection. But I'm new to the whole slip joint thing, and this is really a modern traditional, so slip joint might be the wrong term for it. I picked up this little slip over on Etsy from a lady out in Texas, not Master Joda, but she has several slips that she'll sell for, a really inexpensive, like $16 price. Get one free, and yeah, they're not great, but they are fine for what I do and for keeping them in my pocket. I do have a Killer Lancelot slip. Also have a Northwood leather slip. Hope to get some more. let's look at this thing for some size comparison so you guys can get an idea of how big this knife is. So we'll start off with just a couple of regular sized folders like the Benchmade Bug Out and the Benchmade Mini Bug Out. So it's going to be just a smidge longer than the Mini Bug Out and a good bit shorter than the regular Bug Out. So if we were going to compare this to a couple of slip joints that you guys might have seen, we've got the QSP Hedgehog, which comes in just a scotch shorter. We have got the traditional pocket knives, or TPK Ohio River Jack, just a little bit longer than the Ohio River Jack, a little bit longer also than our Hedgehog. Now, what I'm carrying in my pocket today is the Feel Good Jack. It's going to be a little bit shorter than the Feel Good Jack. And then I've also got out here the Q-Vist Vanish. And it's going to be a lot larger than the Q-Vist Vanish. So hopefully that gives you some good size ideas before we break out the tape measure and kind of get some specs on this guy, if you can call them specs. Guys, I apologize for my inability to be a man's man and actually be able to read a tape measure the right way, but I will hopefully put it down to where A, you can read it, or I can get close enough to where you know what I'm talking about. So the overall length of this knife is going to be right at about 6 3/4, right under 6 3/4, with the blade that's going to come in right at or under 3 inches. The handle on this knife is going to come in at 3 3/4 inches. So if we were going to take a look at this blade thickness on the spine here, we would see that this knife comes in about 0.0970, and up at the front where that swedge is, whoops, went right past it, 0.0595. And then behind the edge, which I can never get, I try to get it right at the top of the sharpening choil there, where that sharpening bevel is, 0.0225 at the top of the bevel. And then the handle width, I'm going to guess, is about a ½ inch, maybe a little shorter, a little smaller, 0.4725. So overall, I think it's a really nice sized knife. I've enjoyed it. It is definitely a knife that I look at as a long-term knife, a knife that I'll keep in my collection, that I carry kind of like one of my nicer slip joints. It's the gentleman's folder. It's called the BestMan, and maybe that's the reason it's called the BestMan. Let's see how much this guy weighs. 2.5 ounces. If I throw it in this slip's a little bit on the heavy side. Comes in at 2.9 ounces. So guys, that is the LionSteel BestMan. My first LionSteel slip joint in my collection, or modern traditional first LionSteel. Super cool knife. Unlike some of the other Italian knives, it does not come with a slip. I did have to pick up a slip for this if I wanted to carry it in a slip. But again, titanium, carbon fiber, M390, nice nail nick, nice swedge on the spine of that blade. Totally solid. Just a cool knife, guys. I'm going to leave this here with you. I'm going to thank you for watching my video. I appreciate you guys. Every time you stop by the channel, it means a lot to me. I'll ask before I go, if you'll please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for one another. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate. And if you get a chance, check me out over on Instagram. I do post a lot over there. So if you're on Instagram, if you use Instagram, J Evans Knife Addict Life, same thing as here. You'll be able to find me there, get to see when I post. But most importantly, I love you all. Till we meet again, peace.